Welcome to your stress awareness video. My name is Valerie Crozier-Nicol. I'm going to really oversimplify the brain. Your spinal cord comes up into your survival part of your brain, the base of your brain. And then in here we have the limbic system, which is your emotional part of the brain. Then we have the cortex, which is your thinking and language part. And then your prefrontal cortex, which is reasoning and judgment. When something stressful happens, when something comes along and triggers us, our little amygdala, which is based in our limbic system, is triggered. And as you can see there, this flips for this to come out. And this is called flipping your lid. And I'm sure you've flipped your lid often, and you know lots of people that do. And what happens is this little amygdala then makes you react. So a tiger comes into the room and you get ready to fight, flee, freeze, and hope it sees somebody else. That's your survival mode. It's this part of your brain that sends messages out to your body to get ready to do all that. It increases your hormones, your pupils dilate so that you're just looking for the threat. All you can hear is the threat as well, or your heart pounding, and your breathing is shallow. Your tummy might drop or have a very heavy feeling or knots. Your mouth goes dry, your throat closes, your shoulders go up and you start wearing them like earrings. You might need to go to the toilet a little bit more often. Because let's face it, we don't need to be thinking, we don't need to be digesting, and we don't need to be reproducing either when we're running for our lives. It's all about survival. That's all it's about. This bit is triggered this survival brain to let us survive. It's not a very comfortable feeling, but it happens more often than we would like to admit. And sometimes we're not even really aware that it's going on and that we're in that survival mode and that reactionary mode. So we're reacting instead of responding. So you have the child going, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," and you're going, "What?" That's your amygdala, and you're reacting instead of responding and going, "Yes, darling." The reason this happens is this is a very ancient part of the brain. Both these parts, your limbic part and your survival part of your brain, are both really ancient parts of your brain. And it is all about survival and keeping you safe. This banks memories of things that have had highly emotionally charged episodes for you that you think, "Oh, that's a danger, and it banks it into the hippocampus. Then it kind of puts a wee red flag on bits that are really dangerous. And it might not be something that you even notice. So somebody walks past you in the supermarket and you smell their aftershave and suddenly you're like, "Oh, what's going on?" And you don't know what it is. But the aftershave reminded your hippocampus, which told your amygdala about that maths teacher that used to throw the duster at you. You had the duck. And that was always scary because you were scared anyway, because let's face it, it was maths. So it noticed, it sensed that, and it made you go into survival mode. But that's not appropriate because this is your survival. It is so ancient. It's never had an upgrade like your iPhone or your Android. And it doesn't know that that's not appropriate. It just senses danger because you had an emotional reaction and you put it into your memory banks. It put it into your memory banks. It's an unconscious reaction. So we love to scan our bodies. That's the first thing we need to do, is scan our bodies and say, where are my shoulders? Is my jaw clenched? Is my heart pounding? Where am I breathing? Am I breathing just in this top part of my chest or right down into my tummy? And the quickest way to get ourselves to calm down and get that amygdala to go back in and bring our big thinking brain back online is to breathe. And the reason for that is we have this lovely big muscle called the diaphragm under our lungs. And when we breathe in, it moves past this little junction box called a solar plexus, a little ganglion of nerve endings. And what happens is your little amygdala checks with your solar plexus, are we breathing? And if your diaphragm isn't moving, then it says, no, we're not breathing. because you're only breathing up here, and that's a stress response. That's still, we're going to run, we're going to freeze, we're going to fight. So until you take that lovely, lovely big deep breath, your amygdala will keep you in there. Now, it depends how stressed you are. You might need to take, I would always say, at least 3 breaths, but it might be 5, and it might be a few more. And then you'll get the opposite. What happens is when you're stressed and you're up and you're fighting and you're ready to go, that's your sympathetic nervous system has come online. And when we take the breath, your parasympathetic nervous system comes online. Think of a parachute coming to save you. And what happens is you might sigh, you might yawn, and other people around you will start to yawn because you've just signaled to them that you're safe. So then they'll start to feel safe, which means they'll start to breathe as well. Because we all listen to each other's nervous systems without realising it. Or you might giggle in the most inappropriate place. Like that boss who's just really telling you off and you've remembered your breathing and then he says something and you giggle. But that's just your body going, this part, going, I really like oxygen. Can I have some more? And that's why we yawn, we giggle, or we sigh. What also happens is your digestive system comes back online because to make you be able to fight or run or freeze, your system has sent extra blood and glucose to your big, big muscles. But you didn't use it because you were in a meeting. Or you were at home and you were making dinner and you couldn't go out for a run or do whatever to use that extra energy. So your body has to get rid of it. So you might shake. But that's okay. That's what we call a release. So it's fine. It's just moving the blood and the sugar back, using the sugar up or moving it back to where it belongs. But your digestive system coming online also means that if, like me, you're a stress eater and you ate a lot during that stressful time, it hasn't been digested. So now you might get a bit windy. But if you're like other people who don't eat when they're stressed, then it might get a bit gurgly because you're hungry. And again, all of those, laughing, sighing, yawning, gurgles or wind, and shaking are all release mechanisms. And it's your body coming back into balance. But the first trick is to scan your body and know what is going on. Where are my shoulders? How's my jaw? And if we can do that and we can breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in through the nose and out through the mouth. You will come back into balance. I wish you good emotional health. Thank you.